something for you, but keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay, we'll take it slow.
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Checking out Atlanta, this game will be a big challenge. Facing one of the top teams in the league, they'll need to be at their best to win it. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Atlanta Hawks come into town in this game. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. And for the Atlanta Hawks, they want to turn this season series around as they lost their last matchup against the Pacers.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
Well, you hope they learn from the experience, and it's a shame it had to come at the expense of a loss because they did play well enough to win.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Nate McMillan took over as coach of the Pacers last season. Now, his previous head coaching job had been 5 seasons prior. He said, now, there's a lot of old school in me, but I do understand you have to adapt with this generation of players, the millennials, and how you communicate. They want to bring that old school discipline to this team. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It's great to have a mix of those things. Adapt or die, as they say. And a couple of big-time pivots going head-to-head tonight. Doris, looking at the NBA right now, how has that center position evolved on both ends of the floor?
Well, it seems to me that increasingly, unless you're a shot maker from the perimeter, you can't find time on an NBA floor. So certainly they've become more perimeter-oriented. The ability to at least make a mid-range jump shot helps the spacing on the floor. And then obviously on the defensive end, Kevin, the more valuable you are is based on can you switch and pick and roll situations, guard a variety of positions, say 3, 4, 5, and if necessary, in an absolute pickle, can you stay with a guard if you've got to switch a pick and roll between a big and a small.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Schroeder and Bazemore are in the back. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Prince in at the small forward.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Now here's Ilyasova. Bogdanovich missing his last shot. Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Ilyasova's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Atlanta.
Well, deceptive speed to me on that drive. Bogdanovich able to slice through the defense.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Schroeder passes to Ilyasova, and Young comes over to help. Here's Bazemore. That one, no good. So Indiana will take it the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
Here's Dedmon. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. Schroeder with the ball. Picked up by Joseph. And here is Prince. 14 points from him the last game against the Pistons in Detroit. Bogdanovich dishes to Oladipo. It's Dedmon with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And Bazemore kicks to Prince. To the inside. Dedmon lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Dedmon's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
And that's not the type of defense you want to play, right? You've got to make it more difficult than that. Layups are too easy.
Now Schroeder following the three-point attempt by Miles Turner. Prince misses. Here's Turner. Dedmon with the block. Poked loose. Turner with the steal. Young, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Listen, we know this about Thaddeus Young. He has very long arms. He's a nuisance on the glass. Big-time energy guy.
And Bazemore kicks to Dedmon. Schroeder with the ball. Picked up by Joseph. Young with the steal. Joseph, that's good.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Now here's Ilyasova. He's got 6. Schroeder passes to Prince. Doubled by Bogdanovich. Back to Schroeder. 5 on the clock. Turner with the steal. Here's Bogdanovich with the putback. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Turner.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Bazemore for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 3rd assist on the night. And Young kicks to Turner. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Turner's got his first 2 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Schroeder dishes to Dedmon. Back to Schroeder. Turner comes with the double team. Bazemore with it. Now defended by Oladipo. Up off the screen. And the slam dunk by Bazemore. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth.
Oh, my goodness, a sensational athlete. Go ahead, Thaddeus Young.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. They get it back. Schroeder against Joseph. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to the Pistons in Detroit.
And I think they could hold their heads high from that performance, despite the final score being what it was.
Well, this was a competitive game, and it looked like it would end a lot closer. But that's the home court advantage kicking in, those extra points down the stretch.
Schroeder with the ball. Picked up by Joseph. Bazemore for three. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 4th assist in this one. And going into last season, Kent Bazemore commanding a salary in excess of $17 million. Greg, how did an undrafted player coming off his first starting season in the league get that kind of salary?
Timing is everything. Reflection of the market. You remember he had that huge spike in the cap. It's also a bet on his upside and work ethic. And with Bazemore, you see that the dedication to improve is there, and that's what made the Hawks comfortable with the contract.
You hear this consistently about Thaddeus Young. He's going to do whatever you ask of him. He'll start, he'll come off the bench, but he is going to impact the game.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the night.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. About halfway into the season, Doris, teams are already separating themselves from the pack. What are some of the elements you are looking for right now as you take a look at those top teams and trying to figure out a championship contender?
So you know that line, it's about the economy, stupid. It's about the players, right? You got to have players. You got to have stars. The contending teams always have at least 2 or 3 stars. So let's begin there. The other part is you've got to have the right role players around the stars. Think about the Draymond Greens. Think about the Kevin Loves. Guys in those positions that are in support of maybe the guys who have the ball in their hands. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. There's got to be an unselfishness, professionalism, a commitment, all the things that make championships possible on any number of levels.
Schroeder passes to Ilyasova. Back to Schroeder. There's the double team with Joseph. Prince with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich.
Just doing the job on the backdoor.
Here's Oladipo. Rebound by the Hawks.
Well, there's no consistency from the field in this quarter. We'll see if he can get his shot going.
Pacers leading by 4. The jump hook. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's his first foul.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's climbing all over him on that one, no way the officials are going to miss that.
I think you can't even go for that rebound. He's completely checked out. Just leave it alone.
Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. Pass to Bazemore. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Yeah, he's averaging 80% from the line, and he has been as steady as they come at the strike.
A free throw dropped for Bazemore. And the Pacers operating in a smaller market. Some cost restraints for this franchise.
Right. This is not a team that can pay the luxury tax. It's not necessarily a free agent destination either. Those are challenges, but they have remained very competitive over the years.
Collins checked in for the Hawks. And so Bazemore nails both of them. Indiana leading outside Bogdanovich. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
From deep, Prince. It's rebounded by Indiana. Young's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Joseph in the corner. Tries again. And Turner with the lay-in. Turner's got his 2nd bucket.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Schroeder dishes to Dedmon. To the middle. Here's Collins. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And this is why Miles Turner is such a high percentage scorer. You combine length, athleticism, and basketball skills. Good luck with that defense.
Now here's Bazemore. He's got 10. Schroeder kicks to Prince. From outside the arc. And it's Schroeder missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Boy, how creative is Oladipo in the paint. Understands how to use his frame to score on the interior.
Here's Dedmon after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Oladipo with the double team. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Dennis Schroeder. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. He's averaging 19 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And Nate McMillan with a solid track record as head coach in Seattle and Portland before taking over the Indiana Pacers.
Well, think about it. Before this job, 12 seasons, all coaching in the Northwest. And that goes along with 12 seasons as a player, all with the Sonics. He actually earned the nickname Mr. Sonic for almost 2 decades in Seattle.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. In the third spot, the Hawks.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
Here's Taylor, the Pacers making the shot. And Robinson comes to help. He tries for 3. Shot by Taylor, no good. Pacers leading by 10. Sabonis took him no time at all on that one.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Here's Delaney. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pistons in Detroit. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Delaney's got his first 2 points of the night. Oh!
My goodness.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
So it's Atlanta now, following the score by Indiana. Taylor against Stevenson. The offensive rebound. Plumlee. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Plumlee's got his first bucket in this one.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up. And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Now here's Plumlee. Jefferson with the double team. Stolen by Stevenson. One-on-one fast break. Jefferson's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 12. Tipped away. They double him with Stevenson. And here are the Pacers now. Pacers leading by 12. Jefferson passing to Stevenson. Good on the shot. Stevenson's got his second bucket of the night.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Taylor kicks to Plumlee. They double him with Stevenson. Out to the right wing. Collins dishes to Taylor. Pass to Delaney. 6 to shoot. Takes a 3. Pacers with the rebound.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3 just slips away.
Jefferson gets the bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Taylor kicks to Collins. The Hawks working the ball around. There's a good screen. He's off on that one. Excellent D that time from Robinson. And here's Young from the arc. No good. Shot missing. The Hawks trail by 16. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The shot's good from Delaney. Here is Stevenson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Jefferson gets the bucket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jefferson with the double team. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
Pacers leading by 15. Plumlee with some nice D.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Knocks it loose. Now, here is Robinson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And, guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
Even double team, he had the vision to see the open man.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Pacers lead by 14. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Pacers here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, you really like the activity on the defensive end. Outstanding, jumping into passing lanes and coming up with steals.
The Hawks trail by 14. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Pacers, Young is out there with Robinson. Then there's Al Jefferson. Then it's Lance Stevenson, and it's Sabonis in at the 4.
Well, that's tough defense in the paint, harassing him every step of the way.
Down low, Collins, good. Collins has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Atlanta.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild. Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Taylor passes to Plumlee. Delaney kicks to Taylor. Plumlee in the high post. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And the Hawks traded Howard and lost Paul Millsap in short time. So the rebuild, it would appear, is on for Atlanta.
And it seems like they feel good with how they've approached it. You know, you got to commit to turning things over and starting anew. And the Hawks have taken the first steps to building towards the future.
No good on the free throw. We have a number of young teams in the league, Doris, with a lot of talent, but not many wins, still in the process of learning how to win. What can a coach do to keep them confident and inspire them through the tough times, the growing pains?
You know, Kev, I think one thing you always hear coaches talk about is the process, and you can't skip steps. And so I think if you throw yourself into trying to get better every single day. And I would say look no further than Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, who started their careers on an Oklahoma City team that barely broke double-digit wins in the NBA, but both were diligent, both kept to the course, and both continued to work hard. And now you've got two guys who really are MVP-level kind of guys.
And don't you see the stair step, too, for a guy like Kawhi Leonard, who every year picks up something different to do to enhance his overall game?
You know, that's a great point. The Spurs would tell you they built his game brick by brick.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Guarded by Robinson. A rebound by Young. Pacers leading by 13. Pulls up. Good. Robinson's got his second basket of the night.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Taylor kicks to Collins. Here's Delaney. They get it again.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Here's Sabonis. And there's the call on Joseph Young. That's his first foul. Atlanta making some changes. Ilyasova comes in for Collins. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Taylor. The Hawks trail by 15. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Jefferson. And a change for the Hawks. Prince is checked in. Here's Delaney. He's got 8. They swipe it. Here's Sabonis. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And we talk about this a lot. Turnovers leading to transition points.
Right, they're making it easy for the opposition. You can't afford to cough the ball up like that.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
I think if you think about the Pacers in the last decade and the value they have found in the draft, right? Danny Granger gets taken at 17th. Roy Hibbert at 17th. Lance Stevenson actually at 40th. Paul George was 10th. Miles Turner 11th. That's a very good track record.
Indiana making some changes. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Victor Oladipo comes in for Robinson. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Young. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Hawks. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Malcolm Delaney. And the Pacers trading away draft picks in recent seasons for players like Luis Scola and endorse Thaddeus Young. Given their great draft record, does that surprise you?
Well, I think when you consider their keen eye for rookies and the ability to evaluate talent, it makes you wonder why they've boxed themselves in. Certainly you wonder if that had to do with the pressure to contend.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
The first free throw is good.
Well, the versatility of Victor Oladipo is fantastic. This is a clever guard who plays his heart out on both ends of the floor.
Oladipo hits them both. Doris, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is the hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it if you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between two people because there's so much scoring and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to that.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
Here's Bazemore. The Pacers making the shot. Drains the three-pointer.
Boy, you can't pin their struggles today on him. He's been on fire from the field.
Here's Oladipo, and it's Oladipo with the jam.
We know Oladipo is one of the quickest guys in the game. He is devastating on the drive.
Shooter kicks to Ilyasova. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Prince misses.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's Oladipo with the jam.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Well, I think they're getting quality shots, and it's thanks to how aggressive they have been in this half.
And Atlanta has possession. The Pacers making the shot. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's foul number 2 for him. Bazemore for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Bazemore's got 19 points.
That's his 5th three-pointer of the half, filling it up.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Prince kicks it to Bazemore. But they get it back. Second shot opportunity. Tries yet again. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Well, the league is finally catching up with Thaddeus Young. 6'8", 220 pounds. He was a small ball power forward before that was in vogue. Now he's kind of the perfect fit.
Two shots.
And he can't get the first one. And over the course of his career, Young more of a slasher than a shooter, Doris, at the power forward position.
Right. The southpaw has a very quick first step. And the last few seasons, though, starting to add that three-point shot. That will make him more effective.
And he sinks the second.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Schroeder with the ball. Picked up by Joseph, and the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Turner's checked in for Sabonis. Indiana on D. Ilyasova, no one around him. No good with the triple. Pacers leading by 17. Now Oladipo, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And the foul called on the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, you have to admire the physicality Oladipo brings. This guy's exceptional at drawing the defense into him on these shots.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Good on the second free throw. And the Hawks with possession here. They trail by 18. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. Dedmon's shot is off. The Pacers have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Now here's Oladipo. He's covered by Bazemore. Can't connect from short range. From deep, Prince. Here's Ilyasova, and the layup falls. Ilyasova's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, Mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
And here's Young from the arc. Here's Turner. Rebound, Atlanta. Dedmon's got 7 rebounds in the game. Now here's Bazemore. Defense is right there. Count that bucket.
He has certainly done his part this period. Just needs to get a little more help from his teammates.
And here's Young from the arc. Another miss by Young. The Hawks trail by 14. Here's Prince. Another miss by Prince.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
Well, Kevin, you love the determination, right? Miles Turner effectively getting to the window and getting another opportunity.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Doors have talked about the evolution of the specialist, the pure 3-and-D guy, for example, who in that category are some of the best in your opinion.
Well, I'm so happy that Klay Thompson has evolved from a guy who believed coming into the NBA that he would strictly be a 3-and-D guy to a much more versatile scorer. But in today's iteration, I would have to say Danny Green won a championship for the San Antonio Spurs, doing nothing but absorbing the biggest threat on the offensive end for the opponent and then being able to make huge threes at timely opportunities. Patrick Beverley, another guy grinding it out, increasingly making shots, and of course, tenacious on-ball defender.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for Atlanta.
And when you look at their percentages from D, not pretty. It raises the question, do you keep chucking or do you try and go to plan B?
The Hawks trail by 16. Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. It's Prince on the wing, and Young comes over to help. Here's Ilyasova, kept alive. Dedmon. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance. I tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
Now here's Schroeder. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Joseph leading the charge. Oladipo misses. Atlanta shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Bazemore for three. The rebound by Turner. Indiana leading by 16. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
And Thaddeus Young he's got a unique offensive skill set. I mean, he really is able to score over bigger players with just an array of little hooks and floaters and off-balance shots in the lane.
The Pacers have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Shooting two.
First free throw is good. And Greg, at about 6'8", what is it that enables Young to finish so well inside?
I think it's more finesse than power. Not a lot of free throws for him, but he can get his shot off quickly before the shot blockers have time to gather.
And so Young nails them both. The Hawks trail by 18. Schroeder dishes to Dedmon. There's the pick. The three. And that one's good. Schroeder's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, ran his man right into the pick and got the open look. Basketball 101.
Hawks shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Prince, the pass to Ilyasova. And Bazemore kicks to Dedmon. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. It's on Thaddeus Young.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself, he converted in a big way.
And that one misses.
Boy, Miles Turner out of the University of Texas, hook 'em horns, the number 11 pick back in 2015. He now looks like a foundational piece for the Pacers.
Here's Joseph. Takes the 12-footer and hits. And the Pacers lead by 15. The Hawks shooting a pretty cool 37% from the floor in the second. Not what they're looking for. Schroeder dishes to Bazemore. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. As you look back on that 2015 draft, hard to argue that Turner shouldn't have gone higher.
Yeah, I think it was the unusual running style. There were some concerns that it might predispose him to injury. The Pacers training staff actually found a muscular imbalance, so they helped him strengthen certain areas and correct that issue.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. The Hawks trail by 14. Knocked loose. Schroeder against Joseph. Oladipo with the double team. Bazemore for three. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. They get the rebound. Turner battles through traffic and lays it in. Turner's got 10 points.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And Miles Turner is one of the league's best shot blockers.
He really is, Kev. Top 5 in that category starting in his 2nd season. The quickness and long arms give him all the necessary tools.
entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jefferson's checked in for Young. Lance Stevenson comes in for Bogdanovich. Robinson's checked in for Oladipo. And Joseph Young subbed in for Joseph. Now here's Taylor. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Pistons in Detroit.
His passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
Taylor with the ball, defended by Young. High, arcing shot, basket good. Taylor's got his first bucket of the night.
I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
For Indiana, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
At the line for 2. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Robinson. And he can't hit the second. The Hawks trail by 15. Taylor passes to Collins. Fires from deep. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Jefferson's shot is off. Atlanta shooting 40% from the field. Taylor against Young. Collins, a screen on Young. Trying his luck deep. Drills it from outside. Delaney's got 11.
He nailed 2 from distance in the opening period. Now gets this one.
Jefferson. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Stevenson's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, his entire career, Al Jefferson has been a high percentage scorer. He is so good at establishing deep position.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, his production has been unbelievable. Really a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. The Pacers in 5th.
I mean, they have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The Hawks trail by 15. Taylor with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Stolen by Stevenson. Tipped away. Inside. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession. 30 seconds left to play here in the half. To the middle. Here's Delaney. Pacers with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
You know, I think he senses a team on the ropes, and he's looking to put them away. That killer instinct is shining through once again.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Pacers out in front, leading by 17. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. So it's Indiana who's out on top at the half. They are way out in front, leading by 17. Kenny?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
And over to the big fella. Your thoughts on the Hawks?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls. Let's go.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. Now, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. The Hawks trail by 17, and on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Filling out the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. Ilyasova out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard position.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Bogdanovich makes it off the glass. Bogdanovich has got 6 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
From deep, Prince. Another miss by Prince.
I'll tell you, I hate to say it, but he's been dragging them down all night. The effort's there, but he continues to be ice cold.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
There's the double team with Joseph. Bazemore for three. Joseph with the rebound. Pacers leading by 18. And Young kicks to Turner. Back to Young. Some nice passing here by Indiana. The shot by Turner, no good. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Now here's Bazemore, guarded by Oladipo. Knocks it loose. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Pacers.
You know, I doubt they came into this game thinking they would be doing this much damage from mid-range, but you have to give them credit for being able to see what is available in their offense and then exploit the weakness of the D. To be successful in this league, you have to be flexible, and they've done a great job of that so far.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. 5 on the clock. Turner comes with the double team. Bazemore inside the three-point line.
Boy, what a cold start to the second half for them. Just 1 for 4 from the field so far.
Here's Joseph. That one no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. It's Prince on the wing. Three-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 6th assist on the night.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Well, this is where Miles Turner's versatility is important, right? This is an athletic big man who is excellent at penetrating inside. What a bind he puts defenders in.
Here's Schroeder following the score by Indiana. There's the screen. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Ilyasova is screen on Young. Here's Bazemore. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Now a chance to see the numbers for Joseph. How last month turned out for him. He's around 6 points per game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt.
Gentlemen,
this is a
two
guy
shots.
who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Bazemore nails both of them. Pacers leading by 15. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. And he gets it to go. Bogdanovich has got 4 points this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Atlanta calls timeout. And a refined offensive skill set for the Croatian Bogdanovich.
Well, Bojan, his three-point shot, obviously a big part of his game. He can really heat it up from the perimeter. On any given night, this guy can go for 40.
And how about the numbers here for Oladipo? Third in steals, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And it's his lightning-quick hands that have put him in the top 3 in steals. Also his tremendous anticipation. He's constantly all over the basketball. Now here's Schroeder. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here.
Well, this is great defense from Miles Turner. High activity level, doesn't give up anything easy.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Indiana. The Hawks trail by 17. Bazemore with it. 26 points for him. It's Prince on the wing. Buries it from three-point range. Prince has got his third basket of the night right there.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
Now here's Prince. Thaddeus Young missing his last shot. Prince kicks to Ilyasova. Offensive rebound. Here's Dedmon. Not going to go that time. Pacers leading by 14. Here's Oladipo. Sinks that one from the post. Oladipo's got 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you, when Oladipo starts to percolate, he is really tough to get out of rhythm. How about his scoring right now?
And Bazemore kicks to Prince. That 3 off the mark.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And this is a good time to bring you a rundown of the hottest three-point bombers from the shooting guard position over the course of the last 10 games. You take a look at Bazemore, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
These guys are gunners. I mean, they've got the green light at all times because of their three-point shooting. I mean, they are cash money.
You don't want to get into a three-point contest with any of these players. The range we see among that group is beyond belief. Even against the tightest of coverage, no shot is a bad shot for any of them.
The free throw drops for Oladipo. Oladipo hits them both. The Hawks trail by 18. There's the pass to Ilyasova. Trying his luck deep. Bazemore misses.
In the first half, he was on fire from range, but he hasn't knocked one down since.
Oladipo for three. Atlanta with the rebound. Ilyasova's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Bazemore kicks to Prince. Lays it up off the glass. Prince has got 11 in the second half.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
Sabonis with the bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. The feed to Dedmon. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man and you deliver the ball right away.
Yes, that goes in. Joseph's got 6 points.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
And here's Prince outside.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
Oladipo for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Oladipo's got 9 points now in the quarter. The Hawks trail by 21. Schroeder kicks to Dedmon. Feeds it to Schroeder. Oladipo with the double team. Schroeder with the ball. Picked up by Joseph and out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You look at the Pacers. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, there's the Hawks, just way behind.
And, you know, right now for Atlanta, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
Yeah, the people who said they hadn't done enough in the offseason to improve this team were exactly right. They never put the foundation of winning in place. As off as he's been this quarter, it's not helping them to trim the deficit.
Oladipo outside. Sabonis laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 12 points for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Dedmon in the corner to end the run. Good on the jump shot. Indiana leading by 21 to the paint. Here's Sabonis. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Joseph against Schroeder. Bazemore for 3. The Pacers pull it in. Oladipo's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
The Pacers making a switch here. Stevenson's checked in. On defense, Atlanta. Joseph, that's good.
Boy, that's all by design now. Get the shot as soon as possible on that inbound pass.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Nobody near Schroeder. No good from outside.
I'll tell you, his touch has been off all day, and now his judgment is starting to go by the wayside as well. That's a poor shot.
A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
The Hawks shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. And Bazemore kicks it over to Schroeder. Lets it go from 14. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Schroeder's got 5.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's good basketball. You have to get a little creative against the big man, but I love his initiative.
And so it's Atlanta with it. The Pacers making the shot. Bangs home the trifecta. 8 points for him.
He hits one in the first half, another here. Not prolific, but the defense has to keep an eye on him.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. The shot's good from Plumlee.
I'll tell you, unless someone gets a hand to it, it's hard to miss the mark from that close range.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Sabonis. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's averaging 11 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
The Hawks have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
One shot, gentlemen.
And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Indiana leading by 22. Stevenson dishes to Jefferson. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Stevenson's got 6 assists here tonight.
Boy, that's how to do it. Just go strong. Don't settle for a jump shot when the defense is flat-footed. Nice.
Well, with the NBA being so much about pace and space nowadays, that makes Al Jefferson a throwback. A rare big man these days who wants to make his living posting up.
Here's Young, and laid in to finish the break. Young's got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in the second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
Plumlee, the pass to Taylor. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. And Jefferson has said he's seen the NBA transition to floor spacing big men happen right in front of his eyes.
Right, but he believes there's still a place for his game in the NBA. Still a good scorer, able to punish teams in the low block, playing with the second unit.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Shot by Taylor, no good. Plumlee with the steal. And there it is for him. Plumlee's got 7 points in the game. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Sabonis. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And now we bring you the rookie leaderboard, featuring the NBA first-year players who have been dominant on the glass for the past 10 games and counting. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Indiana. Collins, a screen on Young. The shot by Taylor, no good. And Indiana shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. 17-foot shot on the way. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
How consistent is Al Jefferson from the mid-range? He's got terrific form for a big man.
Taylor kicks to Plumlee. Here's Collins. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. 6 points for him.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Atlanta's shooting right around 41% from the field in quarter 3. Delaney, no good. And here are the Pacers now. Stevenson drives in. And it's Stevenson again missing.
They're fortunate to be in front given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
He's guarded by Stevenson. They get it back. Plumlee, no luck. And here we go. Stevenson heading to the hoop. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. That's 7 points for Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Here's Delaney. 11 points in the game. Here's the screen. Collins passes to Delaney. Shot clock at 5. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. Outside, Taylor passes it to Delaney. Fires the 3. Collins, a screen on Robinson. Here's Delaney. Here's Collins. The putback, no good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Indiana out in front, running away with it. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. They've got Lance Stevenson. Robinson is out there with Young. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Leaf in at the power forward position. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Taylor kicks to Muscala. Knocked away. And here comes Leaf leading the fast break. Trips down the breakaway slam.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
No, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Here's Taylor. The Pacers making the shot. Delaney kicks to Taylor. Here's Muscala. And it's good from the elbow.
That's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
You know, Greg, what a luxury to have a guy with size who can make that shot.
Jefferson, and Jefferson throws it down home.
But Kevin, Al Jefferson not known as a dunker, but what he is known for is finishing around the bucket as he does there.
Taylor kicks to Plumlee. Pass to Delaney. From deep, Taylor's shot, good. The Pacers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play, defended the shot, and then finished it off with the rebound.
Here's Delaney. Back to Taylor. Doris, wearable body tracking, such as sensors the teams use to determine stress load on players' bodies, how much they run during a game, during a practice, how fast they're going. Are we taking this thing too far?
You know, it's an excellent question. Listen, technology is increasing to the point where these teams now have a greater body of information with which to work. So I think just like we see in other areas of the game, analytics relative to team success, what's a good shot, what's a bad shot, the more information, the better. I think it comes down to an organizational decision. How much stress will we put on the information given by these particular body tracking monitors? I think it's got to be on a case-by-case basis. Certainly, the organizations will use it to the best of their abilities.
But if it helps the game, helps the players stay healthy, gives teams a better compass on how to use the players, I'm all for it.
Me too, Kev. Me too.
So it's Atlanta now. The Pacers making the shot. The Hawks again can't hit.
Well, I think the defense took that possession off. I'm pretty sure he won't miss next time.
Leaf, no good. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. The shot's good.
Boy, that is not the shot they were hoping for, but they'll take the result.
The Pacers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And finished off by Robinson.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. The Hawks shooting a meager 37% for the game. Taylor dishes to Plumlee. Delaney kicks to Taylor. Here's Muscala. He feeds it to Taylor. Back to Muscala. Goes up again, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Shortening the preseason, adding a week to the regular season to avoid some back-to-backs. Doris, how much is that going to help the players, you think, stay healthy?
You know, this is a fascinating development in one of the areas where the NBA was so proactive in long-term health and well-being of their players. Kevin, I'm anxious to see. Everybody was frustrated by the number of preseason games. They didn't matter. And so I think by taking some of those games that have zero impact on the season, zero impact on how you evaluate and put your team together, is going to be critical to avoiding back-to-backs and the dreaded 4 games in 5 nights. I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
Doris, we're going to get a better product in the regular season. We're going to see players fresher, less injured. I mean, it's a win-win.
Agreed.
And Indiana making a change here. Poitras is checked in. He's off on the second. Doris, the league would prefer that players stay in college a minimum of 2 years before entering the draft. Others have countered with straight out of high school in that approach. Which way do you lean?
I would say I would lean to allow these young men, if they're prepared and have the talent and ability to go straight from high school to the league, they should have that opportunity. We don't put restrictions on any other field of endeavor. If you're a great musician, you can go to New York City and make a living in an orchestra on Broadway. To me, if you're capable, you should be allowed the opportunity. This is America. We are a land of opportunity.
Here's Jefferson, and finished off by Jefferson.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
The wide open look for Plumlee. Goes back up, and it's good on the way in.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Here's Young. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. The Hawks have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And Dorsey kicks to Taylor. Doris, we've seen a number of aging players really change their bodies through better nutrition and improved fitness conditioning. Do you think we'll see more guys even extending it further, playing into their 40s in the NBA?
Well, how great would it be to see LeBron James play into his 40s? You look at a guy in the NFL, a much more physically demanding game in terms just of the hitting that's done in the game. Tom Brady approaching his 40th year, incredible. And LeBron James would be the player I'd point to. There's a guy 6'8", 200 and whatever he is, probably 65 pounds, who every single day puts time into the process of keeping his body healthy. It's great. His greatness has been sustained, but he pays a price to get there, Kevin.
And Doris, you can change your body and you can change your game too as you grow old.
That's a great point. Think about how much of a low post scorer Kobe Bryant became later on in his career because the elevation, his ability to elevate, so different.
Great example. First free throw is good. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Miles Plumlee. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And the Pacers shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field. Robinson goes in, and the shot goes in. Robinson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
Taylor passes to Muscala. Taylor dishes to Prince. He kicks it to Dorsey. From downtown, offensive rebound. Ilyasova hits the bucket. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Jefferson's shot is off. Hawks have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Here's Dorsey, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Doris, the new designated player veteran exception, allows teams to pay their biggest stars much more money than any other team can offer around the league. How good is that for the league in terms of competitive balance?
Well, you would never, to me, want to see a player like LeBron James or Kevin Durant underpaid relative to their value of the team. And I think for a long time, Kevin, that was part of this. And so I'm interested in your take. I want these guys to be fairly compensated. And that's the most important thing.
I do love when a player is developed by a team and stays with that team. We see so few of those instances in pro sports, but a lifelong Pacer or a lifelong Celtic, I think to me that has great meaning, especially if I were a fan of that team.
Well, we were so used to that as kids growing up. You know, those players stuck with our team for extended periods and many times for their entire career.
Yes. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Pacers shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Shots good by Jefferson.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
One shot.
That's good from Muscala. And Doris, we know basketball is a team game, but fans and media alike love to focus on the stars. What do you think is the psychology behind that?
You know, Kevin, I think you and I certainly admire watching talent. And it doesn't matter what shape that talent takes. It could be a Broadway star doing their thing on a nightly basis, sometimes twice a day. For us, to watch somebody that we know has paid a price to be great is really special. And so those who are best at what they do are that because they put in the time. And who couldn't admire the work that's required of that?
Well, what I like about your broadcasting, Doris, you never get distracted by the stars. They're obviously there, but I love the way you encompass the entire team and aren't just fixated on just that big-name player that maybe the average fan is.
Yeah, I think sometimes people forget NBA stars because they are so great and can seem like Superman. They're people like everybody else.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Dorsey.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Leaf. Both shots good from the stripe. And here's Young. Poitras, the pass to Jefferson. Over Muscala. Here's Robinson. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
I'll tell you, Greg, there's no let-up in how they play. They want to dominate every aspect, and that includes second chance points.
Was shot by Dorsey, no good.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
Here's Poitras, guarded by Prince. Poitras, no good.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Now, here is Young. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Young's got 12 points in just the second half.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Prince kicks to Taylor. And Doris, looking at the financial health of the league, tremendous TV ratings with the finals coverage again. Nearly half the teams valued around $1 billion, which to me is just unfathomable. Are we in the golden age of professional basketball in this country, of the NBA?
I think certainly we are in one of the great generations for the NBA. And think about this. I know soccer is the most popular game worldwide, Kevin, but increasingly basketball beyond the borders of the United States is one of the most popular and fastest growing sports. So I don't think there's any question the NBA is at its peak of its popularity with no end in sight. And I think there's a reason for that. You know, I think there's something very tangible and touchable to the NBA fan. Look at a guy like Steph Curry. He looks like every man, and yet he's finding tremendous success. It's appealing to NBA fans of the next generation.
Good on the bucket.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Atlanta's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. And Dorsey kicks to Taylor. That's tipped. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Poitras. Five to shoot. Taylor. Good on the triple. Taylor's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Hawks. Young. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Clearly a foul.
Doors for you in evaluating how good a player was over his career. You can look at analytics, statistics, whatever avenue you want to take. How important are the rings, the championships in that equation for you?
You know, I know there is some conversation that's saying if you don't have a ring, your career wasn't great. I would say this to you. Karl Malone and John Stockton are in no way diminished in terms of their Hall of Fame credentials simply because they lacked a ring. Sometimes it's the era within which you're operating. Michael Jordan was the greatest player of his generation. Some would say the greatest player of all time. I would say that Karl Malone and John Stockton, unfortunately, were at their peak, in the peak of maybe the greatest player, Michael Jordan. So in no way is someone like Patrick Ewing diminished in terms of his stature and greatness simply because the Knicks were never able to break through. I don't buy that argument.
You frame that so well. And so Young nails them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Atlanta's shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Muscala, and the 3 off target. The Pacers shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. 2 points, that one goes. That's now 22 points for Al Jefferson.
Well, when Jefferson finds his rhythm, it's over, boy. You better find somebody who can put some heat on this guy right now.
Ilyasova, a screen. Taylor dishes to Muscala. He's guarded by Stevenson. And the shot falls short this time. On offense, here are the Pacers. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Robinson. The putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
The Hawks shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. Taylor passes to Ilyasova. Ilyasova, a screen on Robinson. Taylor with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. 6 on the shot clock. Muscala, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Indiana.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And as we get set to put this one to bed. A one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
Ilyasova a screen. Taylor kicks to Muscala. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Young inside. Taylor's there. Shot's good from Young.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed. Just not much you can do when he gets the ball that close to the bucket. It's lights out.
Jefferson, that's good.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, it really was. They wanted this home win badly, and they went out and took it. That's great use of size and length. Tough down low when guys are battling for that board.
Here's Young. Rebound by Muscala. Taylor against Young, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're ahead by 48. 11 seconds left in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
You know, I think it's an opportunity just for the coach to see some execution. Finish this thing out the right way.
And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play, and this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And so he hits both. 11 seconds left in the game. And Jefferson throws it down hard.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Here's Young to the inside. And there's Al Jefferson on the assist from Young.
I tell you, Al Jefferson, he is used to fighting through defense. Excellent at scoring over guys in the post.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Taylor. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Well, he just gets ahead of himself and throws it away, right? You've got to have better focus than that.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
Just we're pretty good. We play great together, and we play well together as a team. So when we do that, it's easier for us to beat teams.
Victor Wondermatha, thank you, my man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.